I said are certain to miss the future.
Coño, I missed that.
Prime Minister Castro, this missile crisis was the last straw. We almost blew ourselves up. Now, we invited you here today...
In good faith.
In good faith. To sort this thing out.
And why is he here? He lost.
As I always say, forgive your enemies, but remember their names. Now, gentlemen, as I like to think, in the long history of the world, that there are only a few generations.
Sounds like someone breaking in.
It's just a storm, Dick. Sit down.
Oh my God!
It appears the Pentagon has been breached.
Zombies. Gentlemen, at times like these, our capacity to retaliate must be and has...
Yo guys, welcome back to another video today. Today guys, we are going to be doing 5, the most overshadowed map of all time. Very nice thing to describe this map. Now, first off, hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. Subscribe if you like Call of Duty content. I'm not going to be posting it all the time, but I'm going to be trying to do other content like reacting to other videos, because obviously that gets you views. So, but you know, I really enjoy it. So yeah, let's just get right into this shit. Why is it overshadowed? Well, it's overshadowed by Kino. So there was at the beginning of the game, 5 used to be a map that you would get from completing the campaign, and they changed it up where you can just get the map now. But 5 was always overshadowed because of Kino. Kino was the most played map, and it's the most played map of all time. Everyone just played Kino. It was easy. It was for casual type players. And 5 was frankly too hard for everyone to play. So that's why 5 was hated. And nowadays, everyone understands that it's a pretty good map. People still hate this map. But I really appreciate this map for what it is. And it's one of my favorite maps. So it's definitely not my top 10. Maybe not my top 15. But I do think it's really good. And it's a very underrated map. It could be the most underrated map of all time. Okay, first is the gameplay of this map. Now, the gameplay on this map is very different than what you would see on Kino. It's way overshadowed by Kino because Kino was the bigger map. So that was a big problem for 5. When the map first came out, which came with, if you completed the campaign when you first got the game, it was really cool. And then the characters are great. We'll get right into it, but we're going to talk about the gameplay of the map. So, of course, you start in the upstairs area where everyone meets. It's, you know, really cool down there, up there. You know, it's one of the most pleasing areas of the map, and it's one of the coolest looking starting rooms. It looks really nice, and it's beautiful. And then there's the second level, the con room. There's the top area on the con room. When you go down with the elevator, it's like so tight, you don't want to be up there, you're just gonna die. And then there is the bottom area where you can train a bit. It's not too reliable, but you can somewhat train down there, and it's pleasable. But then there's the bottom level. It's probably pretty scary. It's pretty fucking scary. I mean, you have to deal with a lot. I mean, Shinonuma added a lot with how the map looks and it's outside. But I like how they keep continuing with inside maps because it's so confined. But the problem with the bottom area is it's really small and you have the noble crawlers. There's just some problems with the map that I don't like. Oh, jeez. The Winter's Howl. Now that gun, no, you'll probably see my friend be using this in the gameplay. Ooh, the gun is very bad. I don't know what they were thinking when they were making the gun. So basically what it is, it's a freeze gun that shoots out frost shit. And it was created by the scientist dude. And what it does is freeze zombies. And yeah, that's basically what it all does. And it's just really bad, and you have to constantly use it. And you can't really spam it like in the BO4 version. So I like how they changed that all up in the BO4 version, but it's really not that good. It really disgusts me how bad the gun is and how it works. It's very, very gross to me. Kino was more available to the players. When you seen Kino, you knew it. People were very casual back in the day. People didn't just go on campaign and play the whole thing at the start of the game. things were a lot different. In Kino, you didn't have to do that, so Kino gets a slight edge over 5. Since people were so casual back in the day, people didn't really like a challenge. They didn't really want that. They wanted a map where they can survive. And you feel like you can't survive on this map very long because of how tight the areas are. On the top, it is the most tightest area in the map, with the spawn room, with all chairs and desks all over the place, everything. And there's a trap available up there in the most tight area. So it confines you to do high round strats on the highest things. And then there's the second level, the best area to train on. And then there's the bottom where you can barely train. It's so tight. There's maybe one room you can train in, I think the one with the pig. But no, it's just really hard to train in this map. You would have to normally camp if you're playing with your buddies. That's a big problem people didn't like, and they didn't like the challenge the map was at this time, because people were so casual back in the day, and they weren't like nowadays, where we respect maps that are really challenging, but sometimes this map's stupid challenging. That's why people didn't like it. And I think there's problems with the map and there's some good things, but I honestly don't think it's the best map, let's be honest. The thing I think they did pretty decent on in this map is characters. I think the characters are very great. I think JFK is great. I think Richard Nixon's great. I like everything. Fidel Castro, and I like everyone there, honestly. I love their quotes. They have one of the best quotes. They're pretty good characters. I think they did really good with the characters. John F. K., what he says, oh my god, beans for the chowder, not one man. It's just great what he says. He's amazing. 5 wasn't the most spectacular map. I mean, it was a very decent, good map. That doesn't make sense. Come on, Aiden. But they had the elevator, and the elevator was a cool thing they added. And it's just a classic time camping in the elevator, and the music in the elevator's great. I think that's a cool thing they added. If they didn't add that, this map would be gay as fuck. So, my opinion, the best thing they added in this map is the Pentagon Thief. I think what he did for the map is great. He was so great. I mean, he was like, he just gave a challenge to the map and something way different. And the little mini boss, people didn't really like him because they were little bitches, and he's really not that hard to kill. If you really just spam him and you have good weapons, you can really destroy this dude. And if he doesn't touch you or take your weapons while you are your teammate, you get a bonfire cell, which means that you can pack a punch for only 1k, which is great. And you get a max ammo and you get a fire cell, I think. And then if you don't, you get a fire cell and a max ammo if they steal your weapon, but you still kill them. And then max ammo even if you don't kill him and you don't get your weapons back, but still you get rewarded from this guy. So, you know, he's a great boss and the rewards are really great on this guy. There's a reason why people preferred Ascension, Call of the Dead, other maps beside this, like Kino. Kino was a very easy map, and 5 was a very challenging map. It just wasn't right at this time. It wasn't a good map for its time, but honestly, I wouldn't say it's the worst map. It's really not one of the worst maps. So yeah, I don't think it's one of the worst maps. That's why 5 is the most overshadowed map, because of Kino. Hey guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't be gay, okay? So you're gonna have to subscribe to the video, or I'm gonna smash your head with this car. But hope you guys enjoy the video. Please subscribe if you're not gay. But I'll see you guys in the next video, so peace.